is Kurt with Axtreme-Guitar, and I'm going to be doing a lesson on Last Christmas by George Michael. So this is a pretty straightforward song, going through very basic chords, and it's really just a few chords all together. So we're going to start right off with the C chord. So I'm going to pretend that you have no idea about any of the chords and just walk you through how to fret each one of them, just so you're prepared to play everything. So we're going to start with our C chord, and that means that I'm going to be putting my ring finger on this A string, that's the second one from the top, on the 3rd fret, and then I'm going to bring my middle finger to the 2nd fret of the D string here, that's 3 strings down, and then I'm going to skip a string and bring my pointer finger down to the 1st fret, and that's going to be on this B string here. That's the 2nd string coming up, and I have the C chord. And when we're playing this song, it is kind of more of a down up kind of a strumming pattern, and the way that I'm counting it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like this. Every one of the chords go that way. From this C, we're going to go to the A minor. Now, the great thing about going from C to A minor is you only have to move one finger. That is the root note that I'm sitting on with my ring finger. That is going to change to moving this behind my middle finger in front of my pointer finger. It's going to go on that string that we skipped earlier. So that is the G string 2nd fret. So now we have this open A string, which is the root note to the A minor. Now you can hit all 6 strings. I know technically they say you shouldn't be hitting the E string because you want to emphasize the root note A, but we're not going to worry about that. It sounds just fine. 4. And now from here, we're going to change to a D minor. Keep in mind with a D minor, you do not want to hit the E string for this. Any kind of a D chord in this first position up here, whether it was a regular D, you don't want that E string in there. It just does not mix well. So back to this A minor. We're not very far from getting to the D minor the way that it's shaped and the way that my fingers are configured. I have A minor, and I'm going to push all 3 fingers down 1 string each, so I'm on the bottom 3 strings, and only need to slide that ring finger down to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Avoid hitting that E string as much as you can. Sometimes coming at an angle. When I do it, I come at an angle this way. Rather than going straight down and up, I'll come at a slight angle. And I miss the E string. From here, after we've strummed for our 4 count, then we're going to go to the G. And again, this is another way that we can look at it. We're not very far off from what we can do with the G. And the G is shaped like this, so automatically you would think that's not even remotely close to the same shape as a D minor. But here's the thing. Your ring finger is already in place where it needs to be for a G chord. Now I'm talking about the 4-finger G chord. If you're not familiar with whether you can do a 3-finger G chord or a 4, then don't worry about that. I'll get into that in a moment. But I'm going to go to a 4-finger G chord. My ring finger is already where it needs to be on the 2nd string 3rd fret. I'm going to place my pinky right behind it on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then I just need to take these 2 top fingers off. They're kind of in the shape that they need to be in when they get to where they need to go. So my my middle and my pointer are in this shape here. I'm going to move them, but I need to narrow because they're a little too far apart for where they're going. And then I just stick them 3rd fret, top E string with my middle, 2nd fret, A string. When I was talking about the 3 or 4 finger G, some of you already know this, but instead of having these two fingers here at the bottom, I can have just one finger on the very bottom E string 3rd fret. Now, it's up to you what you prefer. I prefer using the 2 fingers at the bottom. Regardless, you have this G, and this is how I went from D minor, and I just kind of pivot on that ring finger to the G. And that really is the entire song. You're going from C to A minor to D minor to G. And those are the only chords throughout the entire song. So, I hope that was a helpful, quick overview on how to play the song Last Christmas by George Michael. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I will be making some more Christmas tutorials, so stay tuned.